Now the words have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to find myself doing a little bit of a preamble to make sure that we're truly broadcasting. Because when I click the button, it doesn't immediately start. It starts a couple of seconds after.
Yeah.
So now that we're safely broadcasting, hey everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi, my name is Kat.
Hey, get on out of that waiting room, folks. Climb on into the elevator. We're going all the way up to the 10th floor. Talk about this week's General Hospital. So climb on in, Ma. It's not just me. It's not just you. This elevator is packed with people who love General Hospital.
So it seems like.
Packed. So much that the little alarm's going off. Overweight.
I'm telling you, you gotta fix that right-handed elevator for us.
You do, really. We need to split this group. All right, Chandra's here. Rochelle is here. George 22. Hello, George 22. I don't know if I've ever seen your name before, so if this is your first time joining us, hello. Hi.
There, George.
Let's see. Oh, it is George's first time. Hi. Bob Barry is here. Kelly is here, and I owe Kelly a piece of mail, but I've been so distracted by real life I haven't sent it. Sorry, Kelly. UDAC. Hello, UDAC. I've never seen UDAC here either before. Hi, first timer.
Sounds new too.
Yeah, Keita's here. Hello, Keita. Queen of the South is joining us. S-Day. Hello. Jeannie. All right.
Jeannie.
The elevator is full. All right, we get off the elevator. We're stepping out on the 10th floor. You look to the left. What do you see? Lucky and Liz making out like a couple of teenagers.
They like each other.
So we got it. We got it. The Jonathan Jackson, Rebecca Herbst kiss. And on top of that, we found out why the one with the temporary recast was so necessary.
Oh, did you? I did not find out.
Oh, because of the plot of the show, how everything unfolded without that first kiss. Would the second one have even occurred? Or, let us know in the chat, folks, and you, Ma, let me know too. Could they have just cut the kiss out of that scene? Kept the dialogue as it was, cut the kiss because it wasn't Jonathan Jackson, and saved it for the bed and still had the same impact? What do you think?
Yes, that's what they should have done. I didn't think about that. But yes, that's what they should have done.
Because you can cut a kiss out and keep the dialogue and probably be able to make that change much easier than just not having the scene at all because Jonathan Jackson's not there. Especially with how fast he wasn't available. They had the sets up, the crew was there, the lighting was rigged.
It didn't have... So, Jonathan wasn't available because of the fires at the time?
That's my understanding. I've seen other talk about some sort of family, something also occurred maybe at the same time. So I don't know if it was the fires or some sort of family thing had pulled him away at the last moment. I don't know what the truth is. But it's something along the lines of an immediate thing happened that immediately took him away for like a day.
Yeah.
Like he missed Monday and then on Tuesday.
Since they filmed so much in a day, it turned out to be 2 episodes.
It's turned out to be 2 episodes, right. And it's not necessarily like that for other shows. At all. You know, because GH is so rapid fire with it. You know, I don't know if it broadcast because we got interrupted due to an internet hiccup earlier today, so I don't know if it was broadcast. What's up?
You froze for a second. Make sure we're still ticking.
We're still ticking. You froze too. We had a hiccup together.
Okay.
Oh, thank you very much, Kelly. All right, but the fans would have nothing to complain about, says Chandra, if they had cut the kiss. And you're right. Maybe they do leave some of that stuff in, Chandra, to continue the narrative on social media. It's entirely possible. Disney's smart. Frank Valentini's no fool. It's possible that they do things every once in a while to keep the complainers complaining, because that social media interaction is it really is. It's free advertising. It's great. It's great value, even if it's negative.
It is.
Because I would say that most people with a brain read that and they go, "What a crazy fool." You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know you. I've never met you. Except for Jeannie. I met Jeannie. Hi, Jeannie.
I met Jeannie, too.
Heck yeah.
I've had her in my car, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. You know who we've met in real life, too? Julie Dove and Fido Xavier.
Yes, we have.
And they're going to be hanging out with us later on today at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to have a Totally Happening and Far Out Way soap opera party.
Yeah, we are. It's going to be groovy.
Yeah, it's going to be so totally groovy. So come on down. Bring your best Brady Bunch gear. We're not going to dress up, but you can. Come hang out with us at 1:30. We're going to have Julie Dove and Fido Xavier on at the same time as we celebrate this historical week of soap operas.
Yeah.
Because it was also the debut week for Beyond the Gates.
Yes.
So we're going to dive into that a little bit. We're going to talk about maybe a lather of the Union, Sons of the Union address from people who work there. People who have worked on soaps and also have loved soaps their entire lives.
Yes,
So
yes.
It's going to
And
be a beautiful marriage of fun stuff.
Yes. Fido and Julie have indeed worked on soaps and been in the entertainment industry for a long, long time. But they are also huge soap opera fans.
Yes.
Huge.
Pacific time, 1:30 Pacific time.
Yep.
So I think that's 4:30 Eastern. Now it's not gonna be a 2-hour extravaganza. It's gonna be like an hour. A couple of reasons. Number one, this is gonna be our third podcast that we do for the day.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of words from Matt and Kat. Secondly, it's Oscar night. And there's Oscar parties to go to. And these folks are involved in entertainment. Don't you think they want to watch it?
Yeah, and over here on the West Coast, since the Oscars are being, right down the road from Matt, they'll be on at 4:00.
Exactly. Here. Right. So, since we're going to be doing 1:30, yada yada yada, East Coast, which is where Fido's at right now. Mm-hmm. Anyway, all of that, about an hour. So, 1:30, 2:30, come hang out with us.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, back to GH. So you look to the left, you see Lucky and Lizzie making out like kids, like teenagers.
Like teenagers.
Like teenagers.
Uh-huh.
And you look over to the right, and what do you see? I don't know. Probably Dr. Isaiah Gannon saving a life.
Probably, huh?
Or looking at Sidwell off the side of his eye, like, I don't trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to shoot Sidwell, and as it turns out, it's Dr. Isaiah Gannon.
I tell you, yeah, and we there's a whole lot of Natalia and Sidwell stuff to find out.
Oh, I can't wait, honestly, because this you hit the nail on the head with me a couple of weeks ago. Because I have been a Natalia defender. I have just been happy to have Ava LaRue on the show, and you hit the nail on the head. It's because of all my children. It's because of Maria Santos. It's because of the fondness that I have of the nostalgic times of Maria and Edmund and what was that house that they lived in? What was the mansion? Wildwind.
Yes.
Wildwind Manor, right? So,
yeah.
Of course, it's Ava LaRue. I want her to be great. I want her to be interesting and compelling and draw me in. And so I have just convinced myself to be that. Even if the story didn't support it.
Wouldn't it be so fun to have Mark Consuelos just for one episode?
Just come on through, Mark Consuelos. I think he's been cast in the new Scream movie.
Really?
I think so. I don't know if that's a fact or if I just saw something or if I dreamed it or if it's somebody else.
Or is it Michael, his look-alike son?
Maybe it's Michael Consuelos and I just read the name wrong. I don't know. Maybe I could be. I will be willing to be way wrong. But I think he's been cast in the new Scream movie.
I would just like Mateo to be there one day.
Any sort of All My Children connection on General Hospital is what we're here for. Okay, anytime Erica Kane calls and gets hung up on, and just Nina never has a chance to talk to her. Like she's in the middle, and boom, you just hung up on Erica. They've done that twice, by the way.
I know.
And it's a great bit, and they should continue to do it.
Yeah, and that was most recently too. It was just recently. I saw Susan Lucci on TV this week. She was on The View, I believe.
Okay.
And she's on Broadway.
Oh.
And she is participating in a play written by, the reason why she was on The View, because it was written by Joy Behar wrote the play.
Interesting.
My First Ex-Husband is what it's called.
Okay.
And Susan Lucci is one of the leads. And of course, she told charming stories, and she's Susan Lucci. She can do no wrong, okay?
Right. Well, I mean, Sherry, she's the master of the craft, right? So she's busy on Broadway, which means she's not going to be coming on General Hospital anytime soon. But when she was at the Emmys that we attended a couple of years ago, year and a half, whatever it was, and they're like, "Are you ever coming back to soap, Susan?" And she's like, "Never say never." you know?
Yes.
So, it would be great. It'd be great. The crowd went wild when Susie Lucci came out, says Chandra.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
did.
Still
They
a lot of
went
love for Ms.
nuts.
Lucci. I
They
love
went
it.
nuts. There was a whole mess of all my children, Susan Lucci fans, and the audience of The View that day. And they just went, yeah, they went crazy.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So yeah, it's been confirmed by knowledgeable people in the chat that Mark Consuelos has indeed been cast in the new Scream movie.
Ooh, I want him to be Billy's crazy dad or something.
Oh gosh, I don't know, because Billy isn't young anymore, and he's also been passed away. Anyway, Ghost Billy is not young, and they've had Ghost Billy on the movies recently.
I need to catch up with the Scream. I haven't seen like the last.
So it's interesting because did you see the one with Emma Roberts, Scream
No.
4? Wow. Okay, so you got to see that. And then
The last one I saw, and I used to go watch them in the theaters. Mm-hmm. The last one I saw was Crazy Aunt Becky.
wow, that was Scream 2. You've missed most of them. Anyway, that's for a different podcast. Go see him. Might as well. Oh, goodness. All right, back onto the show. All right, focus again. Looking off to the right, Isaiah Gannon just giving Sidwell a look because he's gonna do something to this man one day. We're gonna find something out major about Isaiah, and it's gonna be connected into Sidwell. Sidwell had him for a reason. Remember. Isaiah was there first. Lucky went to go spring him. Mm-hmm. And then he got caught.
Right.
He was distracting Sidwell with the card game, giving Isaiah a chance to escape. He makes his way to Port Charles, yada, the rest is history. Mm-hmm. Why did Sidwell have this man?
I think we're going to find out that Isaiah's not as squeaky clean and as perfect as we might, what they've shown us. Mm-hmm. They're going to show us that Isaiah has some kind of, maybe an even ulterior motive, but he's not just he's not as maybe they wanted us to believe. And maybe someone will accidentally uncover some of it, like Jordan.
Jordan will come across a key piece of something that reveals some sort of something that Isaiah did before. Kelly says, Matt, look what I said above. So she said, yes, Matt, he was, and that was in response to Mark Consuelos. So I'm going to go a little higher here and say, I saw an article, Kelly says, that the ADA and the man who plays Sidwell are actually married.
Yes, I saw that too. That they are married, and they've been married for 15 years and got a couple of youngins.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, hey, who came first, Sidwell or the ADA?
Sidwell, I think.
Well. Hey, it's one big happy family there in General Hospital.
Well, what I noticed about the ADA, typically, if a character, and she doesn't seem like she's going to be a new character. It seems like she's just kind of running through. She's a 5-dayer or something.
Well, I mean, we have an ADA, and her name is Molly.
Right.
Unless she's going to be the DA since Robert's, off adventuring with Holly.
And what I noticed how strikingly beautiful she was.
Hey.
She's a very attractive young woman.
Hey,
Looks a bit younger than Sidwell, but you never know about all that.
GH finds the pretty ones every time.
Yeah.
Everybody's so pretty on the show. I can't think of somebody that's an uggo.
Oh, nobody's ugly on that show. Nobody ugly on that show. Mm-hmm. Some of them got an ugly heart, like Drew.
Drew, of course. Udek says, I remember Isaiah saying Sidwell had a condition that he specialized in, and that's why he kept him close. Oh, did Sidwell get a transplant?
Doctor. A private physician, huh?
Maybe Sidwell's heart isn't his or something, and that's why he's so evil.
Maybe.
My heart was replaced when I was a younger man by someone, last name Cassadine. First name Stefan.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Stefan Cassadine I've taken his heart into my own chest, and that has brought me to Port Charles. That has brought me back to what I consider my home, Of Windermere. I'll work
Windermere.
on it. I'll work on it. It's still very Shaughnessy, but I'll work on it. Jeannie says, I don't want Isaiah to be bad. I don't think he'll be bad. I think he's just going to have been caught up in something.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be a bad person either. I don't think he's going to be a villain. I think he's going to be multifaceted and just not as squeaky clean as what they had shown us so far.
So the the reason he told Jordan why he left the hospitals and started going into the jungles was because something about feeling like better medicine and being afraid of playing God and kind of just being a little bit scared about his own ability to a degree. It's kind of how that came off. You know, like I'm too good at this, and so it kind of freaks me out, so I don't want to do it anymore. And so I just wonder if if it's connected to Sidwell or Sidwell family member or something like that, where he did something miraculous that turned out to be saving the wrong person.
Maybe.
Yeah, you know, it's something. You know, I think you're right. There's something in there, and we're gonna find out what it is.
We're going to find out what it is. And we're going to find out just in time for Jordan to kind of question him after she's already fallen for him.
Yeah, exactly. She'd be like, "Oh no, this man that I like maybe he's not so great." And then, Isaiah and Natalia, from my recollection, haven't interacted at all. So maybe there's something there. Maybe once they see each other in the same room, there's going to be an element of recognition.
Yeah.
Because what's awesome about having such a big cast and having so much rapid fire story on General Hospital is you have things like Isaiah and Natalia never being on the same set at the same time. So I don't know.
But that could very well change.
Right. He left hospitals because a patient died under his watch, says Kelly. So there's the exact story, but that could be a lie. Maybe they didn't die. Maybe they lived.
Maybe.
And he's like, I'm too good.
Maybe he was manipulated in some way by Sidwell himself.
I don't know. We're going to find out. I think that Sidwell, I feel like the GH is really doing their work when it comes to giving Sidwell a fairly strong foundation to build on to make a longer term character.
Now, talk about a villain. He is one.
Oh, yes. Undoubtedly so. Not
No
questionable.
discrepancy there.
No discrepancy at all. And like willingly so, and because he wants to do bad. That's different than somebody like Christina or Drew or Sonny, which you can consider villainous on the show to a degree. Even Ava. But they're doing things because they think it's the right thing to do.
Right.
Sidwell does it because he just wants to.
Sometimes a villain is just a villain, and that is Sidwell, I think.
Yes. He's just
And
up to no good.
I love that Eva LaRue is his ex-wife because, like we talked about before, Eva LaRue is a waste if you don't write something.
You got to do something there. You got to do something there. I
can really bring it.
I don't know why the Natalia Sonny relationship didn't, ever really launch. Like, it's like been this quiet intention, but they've never really pulled the trigger on it.
No, they haven't. However, the last thing they had where really Natalia really connected to Sonny was because of this heart condition thing.
Yeah. Like she was there and took him there.
With that.
But they didn't boff afterward,
Right. Which is not.
And that's a Sonny move. That's a Sonny move, big time. Hey, thanks for saving my life. You want to get naked?
Yeah, exactly. But man, his ticker got a problem, so maybe he's like, okay,
maybe I should hold off a little bit. I don't want to fight with Ava anymore. I don't just want to go around the town. I don't want to be a dad no more. No more babies. All right, what else? I gotta get out of the mafia. Maybe I'll start gardening.
Well, he don't need to make another baby. He needs to pay attention to his grandson. He's right there in town. His name's Gio.
Oh, it's only a matter of time. Grandson? Oh yeah, Dante. I keep on forgetting about the Dante half. Squeaky clean characters are boring, says Chandra. Remember when folks complained about nice Drew? Now he's more interesting while he works our nerves. And you're totally right, because the difference between this and I'm not going to tell them that we were fighting Jason. Haha, you're in jail now. Is totally
You know what
different.
He is? You know what I read this week, which I cracked up at this. It's kind of, Dawn of Drew.
Dawn of Drew.
Dawn of Day. Dawn of Drew.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. At this point, because it's just been so loud on social media about this Shiloh and Drew comparisons, that the show should just do it. Just do a Duke Lavery, I pull the mask off and I'm actually Caesar face on moment.
I love
Why
it.
not? Besides, I didn't hate Shiloh. I think that he had a really rough departure. Because
Harpooned? Yeah.
well, I mean, not even that, but just like what they did to Shiloh, like the way that they expanded him to tie into Drew and Jason, out of necessity because Steve Burton was coming back, and God, we need a story to explain this.
Yeah.
Let's just pick our villain that we have right now. Shiloh did it,
Yep.
which is exactly why it came out that way. But it really like muddied the Shiloh character because it had been so connected to Sam's criminal history, and he had this reason for being the way that he was that wasn't strong enough for him to like be on the show for 20 years, but it would have been strong enough for him to leave the show not as evil as he was. For him to kind of seen the light and realize the error of his ways and then been taken to prison for us to never see again, or whatever it might be. But it totally lost that when it kind of fell off the rails when it came to the Jason Drew Afghanistan thing. So, oh boy. All that to say, I thought Shiloh was interesting, and I really enjoyed that, what his name was, Colby McLaughlin or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. I liked his portrayal. I thought he had an interesting face, and I thought he had a good characterization about him.
Oh, I thought so too. I thought he was a great bad guy.
Yeah.
And easy on the eyes.
Absolutely up to horrible, horrendous, terrible things that should have had him either die or be locked up for the rest of his life.
Well,
But you can still see the light and go to jail.
some of the theory out there is that Shiloh and Drew were switched when Drew was in jail for Carly.
Yeah,
And
they could.
came out, because he did come out different. Yes, he did.
Yes.
He did come out of jail different than when he went in. Was when he started being kind of stupid and not being so Drew-like. Yeah.
So maybe he has undiagnosed brain trauma from getting beat up so bad in jail. And that's why he's acting the way he is now.
Yeah. And maybe
He's a little
his brother
sociopathic.
rattles his cage a little bit. Couple of weeks ago.
Slams his face on that marble table. That's not a soft surface.
No.
No. But Drew is certainly evil. I don't know, evil. Evil is a strong word, but Drew was a bad guy.
Yeah, but I just thought the day of Drew was hilarious.
That's funny. He is not a morally upright government official nor citizen.
No.
Because I'm actually kind of surprised that there hasn't been any sort of fisticuffs between Curtis and Drew. Like, Curtis is still going to work at Aurora, right? Curtis is still the in charge of Aurora at this very moment, isn't he?
Absolutely, yes. He's
It's
still
just,
the CEO of Aurora.
It's so weird.
And Drew actually, even though, he's like, that's my company, all that stuff, but because he's not the CEO, he's trying to kind of tank it.
Yeah, right. Because like Michael had forced him out. Like he bought the stock or tanked Drew's stock and then bought it up or something like that, and hostilely took over
Yes.
some portion of Drew's ownership of Aurora. Oh boy, it's so messy. And then he got burnt to a
is
crisp.
messy.
Oh goodness.
It
Kobe
is
Ryan
messy.
McLaughlin. Thank you very much, Kelly. Kobe, not Colby. Kobe.
Kobe.
Yes.
Well, it's Quartermain delicious, isn't it? All of it?
Kelly says the more badass they are, the more I love them.
No, me too.
That's pretty good.
Me too.
That's pretty good.
Me too. And now Aunt Tracy don't want him to be a Quartermain. She's trying to take the name back away from him now.
All right, you Kane. All right.
Kane.
Kane.
But you know what, though? He really is. Some of the, when it comes to like, his business dealings right now and how he's handling women, he is a young Edward. He really is. He's
We need one because Ned wasn't going to be an Edward. No. Even they tried to. He slept with Alexis, and the fans were like, "Oh, nobody cares."
No.
So yeah, no, they need an Edward, and because it's too good of a character type to not have, especially with a
Exactly.
family like the Quartermains. And
You have to have a family lead that um
we'll do
is
some
doing
stuff.
all the wrong things for the right
Yeah,
reason.
we'll do some stuff. I mean, I can't even. Is Drew doing stuff for the right reason? I don't know about that.
No,
Could
you
he
don't.
down the line? Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
They're definitely establishing somebody that will go there.
I tell you what, Willow has been hit in the head with a giant boulder, a stupid rock, because my gosh, she's blind, isn't she? She's blind now.
She's blinded by love.
And it's almost like she's kind of acting like she's back at the day house.
She's totally taken by the power, the charm, and the persuasion of this man. 100,000%.
And she's got hot pants for him too,
Big
which is
time.
clouding her judgment.
So Kelly, I think Kelly in the chat earlier said that all storylines eventually converge, and I'm wondering if this might be a possibility for because Christina's not involved in this at all, for her to see this at some point and be like, this feels familiar.
Right?
Because she's the only other person on the canvas that has been through the same thing that Willow has.
Yes. Because
Maybe
everybody else was not but they were other girls. I mean, the only one that I can even recall is Daisy. Remember
oh
Daisy?
yeah, Daisy, but she was still all wrapped up into that even after, like she was still like sneaking around for Shiloh and stuff. I remember Daisy though.
Yeah.
I think she got carted off to jail too. But yeah, Christina's the only other person that's lived through the exact dawn of day experience that Willow had. So, because Sam's not there anymore, and Sam was really intimately close to that story.
Yep.
Drew was too, or was Jace? See, they swapped at the time, so I don't know if Drew started and Jason finished or what.
Jason was the one that threw
Shiloh down the thing, and he had the fight, but I can't recall.
And conked him in the head.
I just can't recall. I can't recall if Drew started the story or not. I just can't recall. It doesn't matter. What does matter is that if they are going to go that way, if they will eventually lean into the Willow's fallen for Drew as if he was shy, I'm still not on he's actually Shiloh as much as he can take off his Duke Lavery mask.
Well,
Just, it's an opportunity.
It could be, Shiloh had plastic surgery to look like him.
Any number of things. Drew's actually dead, and now Cameron Matheson is just playing Shiloh.
Well, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't that be nuts? That would be absolutely
There is
wild.
a way to tie it, but there is a way if they choose to. There is a way to tie it all together because of Afghanistan stuff and all that.
Totally. And then it was Sidwell did it, and Jack knew all along, and we're just gonna bring everybody in there.
Speaking of Jack, you guys, he ain't no good.
Jack is our cover guy this week, and I was actually very particularly pleased with my caption. This week on my cover art.
What kind of good stuff did you come up with?
It's a picture of Jack, right? For the audio listeners out there, it's a picture of Jack, right? Jack Brennan looking all serious in his WSB office, right? Just glaring at somebody with an eye lift. And I'm calling this the real face of Jack Brennan. Huh?
Yeah.
You like it because it's a new actor.
Yes.
And also, they did that classic GH thing where not only is it a new actor, but it's a new guy.
It's a new guy. Yeah, it's a new actor. It's a new guy, and now they're showing you a whole different side of him.
You really liked the glistening and glittery Jackley? Haha, forget it.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
Hate this one.
You're not gonna. There's no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. All right, that they lost Charles Measure, and they quickly had to make a decision. They had to call up their buddy and say, "Hey, bud, come on down from One Life to Live." Because that's what you do in an emergency. You lean on somebody that you know is going to be reliable. They're going to be there. They're going to give it their all, and they're going to sell it as best they can.
Well,
I know this man is going to do it
every time. I don't know if it's Frank or Mark that does that, but one or maybe the two of them put their head together. But that's what they do every time.
Who do you think, Mark? Oh, what's his name is not up to anything. Bring them on in. But with that,
Joe Blow last week, give him a call.
But with that also comes knowing the actor, knowing their speed, knowing their beats, knowing how they can do. And when you bring this guy in, you go, you know what? As glittery as Charles Measure and Laura Wright was, they're not going to be as glittery. I know that already. So we got to do something different. We gotta lower the charm and increase the darkness.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we've got with Jack Brennan.
That's exactly what we got.
We
Yes.
gotta lower the charm and increased the B613 for those who know Scandal.
Yes.
Hello, Este. Este likes the recast.
That's good.
I do too.
I don't dislike him, but like Matt says, he's a completely different Jack Brennan.
He's a super different Jack Brennan. One that I believe would have started Pikeman. The other one I didn't believe started Pikeman. He was too likable, gosh darn it.
Yeah.
This one, though, definitely believe that he would have started Pikeman for $1 million way back then. And of course, $1 million is worth a lot more then, but still, it's not a lot of money.
And when JPS comes back, maybe him and Jack are going to have a big fight. Right?
Big old fist fight.
Yeah. When
Right there,
Valentine comes back.
in Rice Plaza.
When Valentine comes back.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't let the Charlotte thing go, so they must be keeping it warm, because they're not letting us forget.
Oh, no, because Lulu's still talking about her every day.
Every day, every moment, and to a point where Dante has to be rolling his eyes, going, geez, lady, if you just don't go try to find her again or shut up, pick one.
That's kind of like everybody's doing that a little bit. Kind of everybody feels that way. Even her mom kind of feels that way. It's like, oh, give it a rest, girl.
All right, come on.
I'll help you when you have something to go find. Come on.
It's not like she's tied up against her will or anything like that. See, but Lulu doesn't know, but we know as the audience that she's chosen to stay with Valentine.
She has.
Yeah, because Valentine was like, you know what? I am kind of being a jerk to you about this. Mm-hmm. Do you think that you maybe might want to make a little change? She's just like, no, Papa.
No, Papa.
Papa. I grew up with you.
You have no one. We must stay together, Papa.
Mm-hmm. Kelly says even the likable characters can be evil, and that's in response to Charles Measure being so likable. And she's right. The likable ones being evil is actually such a magic potion.
I don't know that General Hospital, I think they were maybe taken aback a little bit by just how much Mr. Measure was, really liked. I mean, a lot of people just really liked him.
He's good. He's good. I don't want to say was good because he's still just as talented today as he was yesterday. He's just not on General Hospital anymore.
And I think more people were pretty on board for Carly and Jack as well.
Oh yeah, totally. Because they didn't immediately jump back into Carly and Jason for whatever reason. I don't even think of a strong reason that they didn't immediately be like, oh my God, Jason. I don't know why, but they didn't. They didn't. So Carly was going to be distracted by Jack, and Jason was going to be distracted by Sasha, and they were going to do their thing for the couple of years until they, continue to tease that fan base until it finally happens. I don't know what's going to happen with Carly's love life, though. Not after this.
Oh, no, well.
Because when she realizes that Joss is out of town learning how to be, she's going to assassin school like Jason did.
Yeah, she is. You're going to assassin school. When Carly finds out about all that, and she's going to find out about Josslyn probably after her and Jack have hit the sheets and they have true feelings for each other, which they already kind of do.
They like each other for sure.
They like each other.
For sure.
Like each other a lot.
And we have to remember that from Carly's point of view, nothing has changed with Jack. Even though from our point of view as fans watching the show, we get a different feeling from the actor, the Carly person that is fake and exists in TV land knows no difference between Jack from before and Jack from now.
But when Carly finds out someday that Jack Brennan has enlisted her daughter into the WSB and kind of didn't give her much of a choice.
There was a little bit of a choice.
It's going to make life a little rough for her if she didn't do it.
Yeah, it's because he's a bad guy now.
Yeah. I kind of like Josslyn running around like Charlie's Angels, though.
I saw people commenting. You know how they are. But I saw them commenting that what Jack was saying about oh, this is for the greater good, Josslyn. I was like, oh, what a cultist! What another cult on General Hospital? It makes me roll my eyes because this whole greater good speech that he gave Josslyn is the recruitment speech for this type of work.
Exactly. And
what else are you gonna say?
And she said the phrase for the greater good before he did.
Exactly. So
He listens. He listens to everybody
yes.
very, very carefully. He's got a history in psychology because he told Donna that.
Yeah.
Right? He is he really knows a thing about human behavior.
See, and we didn't know about this stuff before. We knew about this stuff now. So these are all character details that we're introducing into the new actor to explain why he had been so different with Carly before and why he's so different now. Because from the moment he stepped foot in Port Charles, he has been playing the mental game with this entire cast.
Exactly. He's been manipulating everybody and they don't know it.
Now, the thing is, there's no reason to believe that this wasn't the ultimate intention with the Jack character, but I think the intention might have been to take more time to get there with Charles Measure because of how he was playing the character, that when he turns his face and we find out who he really is, that impact is really, really, really strong. Not as strong with this guy, so they just went straight to it. I'm guessing. I've never written a show before. I don't know. Chandra, who is the Jedi Master of job hunting, says that Jack is a Jedi Knight who became a Sith. A Luke Skywalker who became a Darth Vader.
And Jack, quit calling him John. Jack told Sidwell, pretty much, you're going to F around and find out.
The phrase of the year.
Right? It is the phrase of the year. I like it, actually.
Well, because we have to remember that Jack Brennan, he's still WSB. He's still the law.
Yeah.
Even if, and what he's doing is wrong, morally wrong. It's villainous to the characters that we care about. We care about Josslyn and don't want her to become some sort of mindless killer. Interesting as it might be. We like Carly. We don't want her to have her heart broken and to be manipulated and that sort of stuff. But he's still the law. He's still a secret agent, man.
And Jason's going to be damn mad, too, because who was Jack after first to become an agent? Jason himself. And when that's not going to happen. Then he put his eyes on somebody else in the family, Josslyn. Jason's going to be very angry about this. Carly's going to be very angry about this. She's going to feel so manipulated, so lied to. Oh, my gosh. Jason's going to be upset about it, too.
General Hospital found some magic, Ma.
Yeah.
Chandra and Kelly both.
I'm wondering, I'm going back to what we just talked about a minute ago, but how is Sonny going to deal with Sidwell? Sidwell is now on Sonny's radar. Big time.
Yeah. I mean, he'll deal with him in a sunny way and then slip up because of because Sidwell's one step ahead of him, because of his heart, because Jason's not there.
And Sonny was rubbing his chest on Friday too when he's hearing about all this stuff.
Goodness gracious, Sonny, just go get the surgery.
Right?
Just go get the dang stent, dude.
Oh, and speaking of Maurice, happy birthday to you, Maurice. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, our dear Sonny. Happy birthday to you.
And many more on Channel 4 and Scooby-Doo on Channel 2 and Donald Duck on... I don't know what channel Donald Duck is on because duck rhymes with something that's foul.
Exactly.
Well, Kelly and Chandra both loved the Jack Sidwell scene.
Me too.
So there's your chemistry. There's your success. There is your secret formula, General Hospital, to keeping Jack still on the side of the fans' interest, is playing up moments like that.
Yes.
Because to be the lawman who was willing to do whatever. It's interesting, compelling stuff because he isn't doing what he's doing for the wrong reason. But morally gray.
Yes. And Lucy Cole is being an idiot when it comes to Sidwell.
When is Lucy not being an idiot, Ma?
But she did gain herself a couple of brain cells when she told him No, I will not be approaching Mr. Corinthos about your interest in his property.
No, no, me. I'm not gonna.
You know,
No. Let's see if I can think of a list of people who might actually. No, I can't actually think of anybody that would want to do this for you, Mister Jens Sidwell. You're gonna have to maybe pitch this on your own.
but I think maybe Jewel. I say Julie. I don't understand myself sometimes. I think that Sonny is going to approach her though to look for him a property as well. Because Sonny cannot live at the wherever he's at.
It's so high up in the air. The air is so thin. It hurts my heart. I gotta get closer to the ground. Well, Kelly loves your singing, Ma. Love Mama Cat's singing, she says. Well, that's a decade of church choir there.
That is a decade of church choir, yes.
Decade of church choir. But anybody who's a big fan of Maurice Bernard or Sonny Corinthos, sing your own version of the song.
Yep.
Sing
Today
it.
is his birthday.
How does Joss not see that she's getting blackmailed, asks George 22. Open your eyes, Joss. They continue. She's too young and too inexperienced in this world. She jumped in. She belly flopped into this world. It wasn't a beautiful swan dive with a minimal splash and tens across the board. She belly flopped into this thing to get revenge for Dex. It was enhanced by Jack, but Jack still had something to enhance.
Yes.
He didn't convince her.
And I do think Josslyn does know that she's been manipulated. I don't think that she's thinking, oh, this. No. Josslyn, I don't think she's completely been hoodwinked at all. I think she kind of understands.
Like what she's getting into.
What she's getting into. I think she kind of does understand. Does she completely trust Jack? Probably not, because she was kind of,
Also, it's an interesting thought experiment, to do as people who have watched Josslyn and have understand the life that she's lived. So if you have your memories of her in a corn costume and all that sort of stuff, great, awesome, cool. But stripping away the scenes of what we've seen the character of Josslyn do and just thinking about the background story of Josslyn. She grew up in crime.
Yeah, she knows.
Or with someone who was a hostile corporate takeover man. Jax was not a nice businessman.
No. Jax was opportunistic.
Yes. Opportunistic. Bought kidneys. All sorts of different stuff. Blackmails Michael. Is with Carly twice. All sorts of different stuff. So Jax wasn't upstanding. No. Sonny's not upstanding.
He wasn't a Jerry Jax, but he sure enough had his own
He had his own issues. He was the nicer of the two. He wouldn't just off and kill you, but he would take everything that you had.
Yeah, make you wish you were dead.
Yeah. So not great examples. And then also Carly is the best example of the three, but still someone who is willing to go well beyond.
What was really interesting to me, Josslyn was able to think on her feet so fast and come up with stories, spin stories, spin a lie so quick with whoever she was talking to when it came to what have you been doing kind of stuff. She just spin a story so quickly and lie so fast. And I thought, my gosh, Josslyn, you're a masterful liar just like your mom.
There we go.
You can lie under pressure and be believable so quick.
So I can see Josslyn having these genetic and example skills, seeing the, we'll say power, because I don't have a better word for it, but seeing the power that Sonny and Jason had through the activities that they participated in. Mm-hmm. So I can see her going, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to be criminal, but I can see how someone can live and survive this lifestyle.
Well, and she said to Jack, I don't want to be a killer. I don't want to learn how to be a killer.
She gonna.
Yeah, that's what WSB school is. Now,
she might not want to be, but she is prime though, because of the double life thing, right? Because she can still be your $1 billion princess, and then also be the one that injects somebody in the hospital and nobody ever knew.
Right.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt you.
Well, let me look at something real quick.
Okay. Let's see. Are we, the East Coaster wants to know, first things first. If I haven't given you your shout out and said hello, say hello again in the chat and I'll do it right now. East Coaster, are we settled with the reality that Dex is dead? Like dead? And I think that we have to just accept the fact that Dex is dead for now.
I think, the scene where they had Cyrus cut his name bracelet off his dead body while he looks like he's had an autopsy. I think that was the telltale right there.
Yeah. I think that Dex is dead. Unless we do the classic soap thing where Josslyn finds him in a room, because they could do it.
They could do it.
But we did talk about it a little bit with a little more length last week when it came to not finding the body versus pulling somebody out of a drawer, and how General Hospital doesn't often, but still does sometimes, bring people back from the dead.
But that is exactly the reason why Josslyn wound up accepting that offer. And yes, I'll go to WSB school and all that stuff, is because she's trying to honor
Dex
and not make his death mean nothing.
Right. Well, I did this because I was getting revenge for Dex, and if that opens the door for me to honor his life through law enforcement and also to use this new skill that I guess I have for the greater good.
Now, who has had themselves a big ol' a Stanley Cup full of stupid juice this week? Miss Anna Devane.
What has she not been? She's been just double fisting stupid juice.
She has.
She has been since she let Peter take the papers out of his hand. Hi, Peter.
And yeah.
What's the matter, Maxie?
Ugh.
Are you scared?
Anyway. Oh my gosh! You know what?
Bring him back from the dead.
I know most fans didn't like Peter, but I got entertained by Peter. Especially when it came to Wheezy face on and putting her in the drawer.
They did. They dropped her in the abandoned baby drawer at the fire station. What about Natalia's son and Jaws? I don't know. Is Eloy coming?
Well, I want them to. They gave him a name. Why don't they bring him to the show?
Did I dream something about Eloy actually being Blaze's twin, or did somebody just theorize that on social media? And I can't recall.
I didn't hear anything about them being twins.
Why not? Just do the boy and girl twin thing. That way they can be the same age.
Do you want Blaze? Do you want Sidwell to be Blaze's dad? Actually,
might as well. I think that there's plenty of room for Blaze to come back. I think that Blaze is really well accepted by the audience when it comes to like a new character. Like, not maybe the level of Isaiah. Isaiah is kind of an exception of like, wow, what a great new character. But I think people liked Blaze, and I think they liked the relationship between Christina and Blaze. And so I'm really hoping that the line that they gave her, the actress, Jacqueline Grace Lopez, when she was going, hey, this is for now. We're going to see if we can do it later. I hope that's the truth, because I think that there's plenty of room. Her mom is still there because she's Ava LaRue. They gave her Ava LaRue as a mom.
Yeah.
People didn't hate the relationship, and Christina is in such a spiral right now. That having Blaze come back in to be like, whoosh,
yeah,
get over it, I think might be interesting.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah, because Christina is just getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the delusion.
Yes.
The criminal case did not help.
No.
It made it worse.
And she's still on the revenge train for Ava just as hard as she ever has been.
Maybe even harder. It's like she threw more fire into the engine. To give you a
She put
train
some coal
reference.
in that engine, huh?
Just keeping it going. Back to the Future style. Hotter than the blazes of hell. That's how hard her hatred burns for Ava. So is Christina just going to attack her? Is she going to are we going to find Ava injured at Christmas time in Rice Plaza on some sort of ice sculpture where she's just like laying there in the arms of Jesus or something? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Hello, Annette. Hi, Annette. Nobody else said hi again in the chat, so I guess you don't want your shout out. Okay.
Annette.
Hey, what's going on, Annette? Has Carly ever killed anybody, asks East Coaster? And I'm sure she has.
Honestly, I can't remember anybody off the top of my head, but Carly has been on that show a long, long time. She's had to have killed somebody,
At least one person.
even if it was on accident.
Leave my Ava alone, you crazy nut. Oh, that's what Annette has to say about it. Christina is almost Janet from Another Planet / Heather Weber level, says Chandra.
You think
Well, gosh,
so?
if Sonny goes down with a heart attack, then that's really going to push Christina over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
She just can't handle all this loss.
No, she cannot.
Adela and Sam, and now my dad's in the hospital with a bad ticker.
Yeah. Sonny's going to have some kind of episode. He ain't going to make it to this, I'm going to go in 3 months thing. Something's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, no. Why, why have a surgery now when you could put it off to too late?
Right.
Why not?
Till too late. And then Isaiah's going to have to save your butt.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, good thing you had a heart attack at the exact same time somebody just died in this car accident right next to you, Sonny. I'm just going to give them your heart.
Exactly.
Give their heart. Oh, God, I can't speak anymore. Carly killed Christina's abusive boyfriend. Wasn't that Alexis?
I thought Alexis ran was Kiefer, and Alexis ran his butt over.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, maybe it was Carly. I don't
I don't know. I didn't watch
but
the
I
show.
thought it was Alexis that ran Kiefer over.
Hello, True Voice. Unless Christina had multiple abusive boyfriends. I don't know. I have always wanted Blaze to be an Alcazar, says Chandra. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, I actually wanted Natalia to be an Alcazar, which would make Blaze one too.
Yep.
And for a long time, we actually thought that, maybe Ted King was going to be right behind her.
I mean, there was talks because he showed up at the studio one day, and I guess he was just there to have lunch.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, so it was Alexis.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Hello, DML, and hello, Travoice. Annette says that Josslyn has no common sense. I don't know about that. I think she's got some common sense. She just doesn't have criminal sense, Or she's just. I mean, we have to have her say yes for some reason. We can't just have her say no.
No. No. And you know what? And he was not going to take no for an answer anyway.
No, he
was
wasn't.
going to force her in some way. Whatever means it needed,
Well, like with the Jason thing.
he was going to take it to the next level.
He was going to continue to push her in that direction because he wanted a yes.
Yes.
And so you could either give me a yes now or a later. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how long Josslyn's going to be away either. Is this going to be, are we not going to see her for a month of TV? I don't know. Is she going to come back in a cat suit?
That would be cool, wouldn't
Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be kind of cool. Just Catwomaning around. Hello. I have a new lease on life.
Another, and as Matthew says, she's a lead. Sasha, she's a lead. I like that she does not cower to Jason.
No. She's
She
definitely
does not cower to Jason.
Well, but okay, this is Sasha's baby. This is Sasha's pregnancy. You are going to listen to me. This is my kid, my life, and this is what I want to see happen. Mm-hmm. You're with it or you're not. If you're not, I'm going to figure something else out. But since everybody already thinks you're the dad, we're just going to continue to make them think that you're the dad. That's the only reason, is because I don't want to have to come up with somebody else.
Right.
I don't want them to dig around. I don't want them to look.
I can't imagine that Jason's gonna, of course, keep it quiet for a bit. But it's hard for me to believe that Jason won't tell Sonny and Carly eventually.
Nah, it'll be Danny. Danny will let it out.
Could be, huh?
That's why they let that teenager know. It's because he'll be the one that slips it up. Having a conversation with Rock, telling Rocco because they're so close. Mm-hmm. Something. Or maybe even Scout, because Scout would be related to this baby.
Yes.
If it was Jason's. So, something there. Sasha inherited that stubbornness from Robert, says Travois.
Well, she's very assertive with Jason. I like it. She's like, no.
Because she's a dang lead, Mama. She's a dang lead. Chief of Staff Keisha's here. Hi. Sophia Matson has my full attention, she says. She's working her ass off. And it's true. She's been working. Listen, all of that turmoil, all of that angst, all of that Brando, Liam, Cyrus has done drugs. I've done drugs twice. Poisoned by Cassandra Pierce over on the island, hanging out with Michael, coming into the show. Like so much has gone on with the character of Sasha that it was inevitable that she was eventually going to ascend to being one of the most prominent characters on the show, because they have given her so much and we wanted it to stop so badly that it has, and we are so on board with strong Sasha. This has been years of careful planning in the making, and it has worked so well.
It has worked well. It has. And let me get back, because I didn't finish my point. Let me get back to Stanley Cup drinking stupid juice Anna.
Yes.
Because when Jason is, and Jason really has been treating Anna like a friend. He talks to her. He doesn't say, I ain't saying a word. He doesn't say, call Diane, and clam up. He talks to her. He actually talks to her. He's got some kind of level of trust to her, actually. Now, the fact that Jack Brennan is right there in town, got an office right there in town, and Jason says that cabin was wiped and my 2 hairs were planted. There's not even any Cyrus DNA in there.
There's
Stupid juice drinking Anna doesn't think of Jack Brennan being right there in town.
Stupid juice Anna does not think about Jack Brennan being right there in town. No. Also, at the same time, why does everybody know that Cyrus is dead? The place was wiped clean.
Well, the reason why everyone is just taking the and it doesn't seem to matter who it is in town. Everybody's taking that idea that Cyrus is dead based on that wiped cabin.
Just because, why else would it be so dang clean if it wasn't for the fact that he's dead?
Exactly.
I mean, I guess it's not much of a leap, but it's still a leap.
Jason said they'd never find the body. Jason said they'd never find the body. So everybody just believes he's dead between those two things, between Jason's remarks and Charlie's. And
he shouldn't have said that stuff.
No, he shouldn't have said that stuff. Those remarks in Charlie's and the cabin being wiped.
Shouldn't have said that stuff.
But
if he didn't say that stuff, nobody would think that he did it.
Exactly. They might have thought he did it a little bit, but they wouldn't have this kind of thing,
So maybe the stupid juice is the fact that she just thinks Jason did it.
She actually doesn't, though.
I don't know then, Ma. I don't know. Anna's been so confusing for a long time.
She believed him. When he was talking to her in the interrogation room, she believed him.
She?
But then he starts talking about the wiped room and stuff, and it never occurred. And you know what, Jason, and maybe you've been sipping on that cup a little bit too, because
you didn't think of it either.
I didn't think of it either.
I guess they have no reason to think. My guess is they have no reason to think, because nobody knows that Jack had the satellite. Like, he told everybody, oh, the satellite wasn't pointed on Rice Plaza. I don't have anything. So they don't know that he knew and was helping Josslyn come to this decision and stuff.
But if you have a wiped cabin with somebody that resourceful...
Yeah, but also at the same time, I know how to wipe a cabin clean. And Jason said that you'd never find the body.
But Jason, they both know, yes, they do know how to do that, and they have done it, but they didn't do it this time.
Yeah, I don't know, Ma. She's just dumb. What can I say? She joined the PCPD and lost intelligence. That's what happens.
It seems to me the only time when Anna Devane truly has a full grip on her brain cells is when she's talking to her granddaughter about slipping around being stupid. I don't know. But let me say, Viola Hughes is a wonderful actress, and she's playing Anna just the way it's being written right now. She
totally.
Sipping on a Stanley Cup it's full of stupid juice.
Well, Kelly doesn't agree. She doesn't think that Anna's stupid. Period. Like, she's not even going to explain it. She's just not dumb. And, you know, there's been a lot of years of Anna making the right choice. So we'll call this an exception for the sake of plot.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, though, in the last few months, not just Anna, but actually, well, not even the last few months, kind of like forever. PCPD's always been
The
a bunch of
bumbling bobbies.
bumbling bobbies
PCPD.
that the obvious is never obvious to them.
Let's see. George wants to know why'd they choose Joss over Emma, they being the show, the writers, the creative powers behind the show. Why did they choose Joss over Emma for the WSB? And my answer would be because Joss has been on the show longer. More recently.
And if you look at the characters, Josslyn's more resourceful. She's braver. She's got more control over her tongue when she wants to.
Yeah.
Where Emma's more of a loose cannon, you know, and she got, I mean, come on. If you have the good sense to call your rescue for pets, not SAC, well, you're not smart.
Oh, goodness, mother. Oh, goodness. Oh, good. But beyond all of that, I think it's just because, two reasons. Number one, Eden McCoy has been on the show longer, and so they're going to give the person who has been giving their time to the show for since you're 12,
Yeah.
like, something really interesting to do. And being a WSB agent can be very interesting. Second reason, the plot that can come from Josslyn is now a secret agent that nobody knows about, while Sonny is up to a bunch of criminal activities that nobody knows about, creates such a dynamic area of drama because she grew up in his house. She's going to be, even though she has been on this side and that side and this side and that side, pretty washy when it comes to it, she'll be conflicted like Dante is.
Of course.
Carly will be conflicted.
Yes. Yes.
Because she still has a love and loyalty toward Sonny. It's just not the let's be married kind anymore.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's just
they're
there's
all,
it's
yes.
it's
Sonny
right.
and Carly and Jason have not changed, and I've got your back.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't changed. That hasn't wavered. It did for a little bit when Sonny was off his meds and off his rocker, but now that's not the case anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, but then, you know, the character that they have written Emma to be as a young woman doesn't necessarily have, even Keisha agreeing with you, Ma. Emma is an agent. That girl doesn't know when to shut up. You know, they have her not being as controlled. She's more prone to explosive outbursts.
Emma wouldn't think on her feet like Joss.
No. But Emma and Gio are going to be really interesting together. Emma herself is going to be a compelling as hell character, I think. We're doing that foundation laying right now with her. That's gonna turn into something that's full of structure and interest. And so I'm excited for that. I think that the writers, the creative forces behind General Hospital have a lot of really purposeful intention in mind with what they're doing right now and what it's going to be leading to in the future. And I think that leads into reasons why they let somebody like Taj Bello go from his contract status. They haven't let go of TJ. There's just no guarantee of how many times you're going to see him anymore.
Right.
They haven't.
A couple of years ago, they put him on contract, and now he's not.
And now he's not. But he was on before contract, and he hasn't been written off of the show yet. There's been nothing that I've heard of or seen about an intent to recast or anything. So what it comes down to is what sort of purposeful intention can we give to these characters? They don't have one for TJ, and they've never really had one for TJ. They don't know who TJ is.
Nope.
He's Jordan's son, who's a doctor, who
for a long time they couldn't even decide who his dad was.
Right. He's had 3 dads, right? So the General Hospital themselves doesn't know who TJ is. We know what TJ is. We know who he's related to. But the core, who is TJ? What character trope is he? What type of character? What archetype is he? What position in this roster of interest does he fill? We don't really know. We don't really know where he fits in this. So let us rest the character and figure it out.
They might explain TJ away with a doctor's without borders or something like that.
Any number of things can happen to TJ right now. He could even just still be on, just not as often.
Right.
I don't know what the future has in store, but I can understand the decision to remove Taj from contract because you owe this actor content. You owe this actor something good and juicy that isn't just standing in the back and saying, "Oh, you're going to be fine." That's not interesting. Why pay somebody the amount of money that you do to leave them creatively unsatisfied like that?
Yeah.
So I totally see the logic in it. And I think that it might lead to something interesting down the line.
It very well could be.
Why don't they bring back the original TJ? Well, I don't know. Maybe he's not interested. He left for a reason.
Yeah, we don't know.
Also, the original TJ, he's got a little bit of like notoriety behind his name to a degree, just a little bit, not a lot, but he's, that sounds horribly mean, but he's got a little bankability to his name because he was on Everybody Hates Chris. He played Chris Rock's brother on that show. So, yeah, I think, or a friend or something like that. Anyway, he was on the show, and so all of that to say, with the nostalgic heavy landscape that we have here in entertainment recently, it's entirely possible that, hey, I remember him from that show, and now he's on this thing, and now it's a massive success. So, maybe he's got irons in a fire somewhere that isn't General Hospital. I can't say.
Absolutely.
Do recurring actors...
we know, we might find his little fine ass in Atlanta.
Who knows? I mean, maybe that's why, who knows? Because Soapland, soap operas as a whole have shown that everybody needs to shut up about anything getting canceled. Because on the first day of the gates, Days of Our Lives posted, hey, congratulations. The official Days of Our Lives account, not the actors behind it. The official Days of Our Lives, like, hey, go check out the gates.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're not competing with each other.
Right.
Same thing with General Hospital. It's not really competing. The GH page itself didn't say go watch the gates, but so many actors were like, what a great historic moment. Go check this out. I'm so happy for my friends who are able to do this project and so on and so forth and yada, 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 yada. There's so much love out there in the soap opera community that if only we could share it with ourselves. He was the brother. So there we go. Thank you, Udak. All right. What else can we talk about? Brad, oh Brad, you never change. I don't know. He's changed a little bit. He's not taking babies anymore.
No, he's changed a little bit, but he hasn't really hung up his
devious nature.
Yes.
I don't know. So, I mean, we're probably not going to get an on-location beach moment, but we'll get an on-set beach location. And so that'll be fun. I hope they light it interestingly well. Because they do a good job with the lighting at the pool. I think they could do a good job with the lighting with the beach. Anyway, we're going to get it, and then, I don't know, man, because, like, well, what do you think, Ma? Is Lucas going to just, is he going to find out what Brad is up to? And he's going to be like, oh, gosh darn it. Never mind.
He might.
He might.
I don't
know. Because, like, we've sort of lost the pulse of, like, the Portia Brad thing, haven't we? Like, it's over. I mean, Portia being terrified about finding out about the Heather results is over, that's for sure.
Yeah. But she's still at the same trying to keep him at arm's length, but at arm's length as well.
It's like, I'm going to keep you close, but not too close.
Exactly. And she has made sure that she's continued to be kind to him.
Well, you threw Portia to Miss Wu. You're right, Chandra. You're right. The rivalry is still strong. You're still strong.
She's afraid of him, actually. I think Portia's a little afraid of him. That he's going to just blow her up.
She doesn't trust him to not.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
And he's shown in the past that he's not trustworthy. He's an opportunistic person.
Yeah. If he can find a way to convince Lucas to be into him again, he'll choose that convincing way rather than some sort of organic, correct way of doing things. Let's see. Have you hit the like button yet? Please do. It helps the show become more visible to new viewers. And we've had 2 or 3 new faces, new names at least come through here today.
We have.
So, wait.
So George, did you hit subscribe? Did you do it?
First timers.
Yay!
Okay. Enough of that. All right. Keisha says, I've tried with Brad, but he can't get out of his own damn way.
It's true.
And she also says, Lucas is clearly falling in love with Brad again. Brad can't be trusted, and Selena is going to demand that Curtis turns over the Savoy.
I think he is too. I think she is too. I think so. I think so.
She's always wanted the Savoy. She's wanted it for a long time. She's found it because it's the hottest place in town. We reminded everybody that it's the hottest place in town still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know what's probably going to happen too? What Miss will do?
Replace that poor Arlandria with somebody else.
I think she'll fire Nika.
No, don't fire Nika.
Because Nika has popped off at her before.
So
Nika's popped off at her before.
This is nothing but good, okay? You go in there and you fire Nika, right? You get her out of there. You know where she has to go? Charlie's. You know who she gets to have scenes with? Christina.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Listen, there's plenty of room for Christina to be great. She just needs to stop being so singularly focused on trying to hurt Ava.
Exactly.
Because I think that this version of Christina, the one that's a complete mess and just has no control over her own mental faculties and just makes the messiest choice every single time, is so fun. So let's continue to do that and have her do that with more people.
Right.
Portia hasn't had any good experiences with her secrets coming to light, says Chandra.
No, she hasn't.
So, thank you.
No, she hasn't. But part of the reason why is because she's tried to bury them so deep. If she would have just had way less trouble, if she would have just been honest.
She just needs to tell people the truth, is basically what this is coming down to.
Isn't that the truth for almost every soap opera plot line there is? Mm-hmm. If you could just make a good choice and not lie.
Yeah. I think Sonny should hand over the Corinthos organization to Ms. Wu, says Travois. Now, if he does, which I've always thought would be like a logical choice, given this time period of General Hospital, if Sonny were to leave, then Wu can take over. Especially since she's been friendly to him in that manipulative way that I can see him being like, all right, fine, just take it. Just take the docs.
You know what I could see? I could see Sonny and Jason doing? If they're forced out.
All right, we'll sell to Miss Wu.
No, they blow that shit up right after they sell it.
Oh, they would blow it up, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
ooh,
right
they
after
should do
sell it
that.
to her.
They should do that. Oh, do that.
And if we're lucky, Sidwell will be there.
I'm gonna go be the head chef over in Pazzulo's or whatever my restaurant's called.
Don't forget the cinnamon in the sauce.
It's my secret ingredient, but don't tell anybody.
It's interesting. Goodness. It's interesting that secret ingredient in his sauce is cinnamon. Mm-hmm. Depending on who you ask, if you're making carnitas, the secret ingredient is cinnamon.
So I learned it from my mom. What can I say?
So I don't know. It's just, I think it's kind of like putting a little bit of Maurice's heritage into that story. Just if you want to, go that deep. I don't know.
I mean, not even Maurice's, because, his mom's Adela Corinthos, right. We got a connection there. Let's see. I cringe every time Sonny grabs his chest. Y'all know it's coming. I'm coming, Elizabeth. Exactly. Elizabeth, help me, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, help me.
Exactly. I thought of that, actually. I thought of Red Fox the last time he kind of clenched his chest.
Help me, Elizabeth. Not I'm coming. Help me. Come help me, Elizabeth. Oh, goodness. That'd be great. Oh, goodness. Udak says, I think Wu should absorb the Corinthos organization too, but would she continue his practice of no guns and no drugs? And that is kind of the point I was leading up to when I had mentioned it before. Is Sonny goes, hey, just take the docs. And then 3 weeks later, we find out that this was the worst decision that Sonny has ever made. Uh-huh. Ever. Because they always talk about what a stabilizing force Sonny is and how he keeps violence off the street. And sure, he's up to no good, but he always takes out the bad guy.
And he runs the hospital in every crisis.
And Gio got to go to college, and now everybody gets to listen to his violin playing. All of that stuff. So you remove the Sonny from it. And you get the Ms. Wu. Could be bad news for Port Charles.
I was happy to see Miss Wu back, though. Miss Wu's always been entertaining. So, she went, and Selena was gone for some time. We didn't see Selena for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Mm-hmm. And here she is right back. Just stirring the pot, isn't she?
Yes. Oh God, it's
Stirring
good.
the
It's good.
Savoy hot
It's good.
cocktails.
Like we had
She's
been
stirring the
saying.
Savoy cocktails.
Like we had been saying, Ma, during all of that turmoil, and the head writer this, and the head writer was now this, and the head writer was now this, and then these people were on strike, and then these are our FICOR writers, and the regular writers are back, but now we S-canned to the people that didn't agree with our new vision, and just all of that. And what did we say week after week? Give it time, folks. Give it a chance to calm down. Backstage is turmoil, and they're still trying to pump out a show for us, but the person making a decision's changing every 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. It's over. And
Or the
show has
person
been
with
so
the
good.
ideas is changing every 6 weeks.
And the show has been so good recently. So compellingly, interestingly good.
It has been. I've
Because-
enjoyed it a lot.
Because Drew's trying to take Scout away from their brothers and live in that terrible Dawn of Day house. They say
Right?
the door's not even on the same side of the property, folks.
I didn't think of his house as the Donna Date house. That
No.
did
So
usually sets that are similar and reused, I will notice them.
I think
Maybe I'm missing
there
something.
there are elements. Okay, so the door and the window coverings, from what I've seen from the side-by-side comparisons that have been shared out there in the world,
Okay.
the door
I didn't
itself,
see those.
and the window slats, or whatever they are, there's something
Mm-hmm.
similar to that, are very reminiscent of the Donna Day house. I
Okay.
think there's like a banister or something that kind of splits the room a little bit as well. Some sort of dual. I don't know. There's some sort of room split as well. That's a little
Mm-hmm.
bit reminiscent of something that was in the Donna Day house.
Right.
Beyond using the same curtains, and the same door as they did before, there is no similarity between those houses.
Everything inside the Donna Day house was green and dark.
It was green, it was dark, it was rustic, it was in the woods, it was kind of a cabin feeling. That's not
Yes.
the house that Drew has.
No. Actually, the set for Drew's new house, it looks nice. I thought it looked nice.
Yeah.
I thought, oh man, they gave Drew a house even. Ugh. Anyway,
I guess he's sticking around.
and Willow said she and the kiddos will move in there. Doggone, Willow. Nina? Yeah. I've been liking you better lately. You better jump in
You
and
gotta
save
stop
your daughter
this, Nina.
somehow, some
You
way.
gotta stop this.
You gotta stop it. Nina, you gotta stop that.
Like, lie to her or something. Be like, no, you're really Nell.
Or tell him
I'm
the
sorry.
damn truth. That he's had his willy out for everybody.
Especially me. Especially me. Chandra thinks that more surprises are coming. Remember how none of us saw that Christina was falling out of that window?
I know. I love it when they shock me.
Why don't Sasha move out of the Quartermain house, asks Monique, if she doesn't want people in her business. It's cheap, and she's got to cook. There's no commute.
I think she likes working in there as long as Tracy stays in her room.
Tracy's the problem. Everybody else
Tracy's
is
the one
great.
that's, but at the same time, though, Tracy has warmed up to her to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. She has warmed up to her to a certain degree. And even though she talks down to her, and I cannot stand it when Tracy talks down to her.
Well,
And I know I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to like it. I'm supposed to hate it.
she is the cook.
Yes, but sometimes, though, she'll defend her.
Yeah.
And in private conversations, she'll encourage her.
Yeah, well, I mean, Tracy's the most complicated character they have on the show, and she can do anything and everything, and it's perfectly believable and reasonable. So, great job, GH.
And and since General Hospital's not filmed so far in advance, I do think that we'll be getting an episode soon about Monica.
She's on everybody's lips far too often.
Exactly.
Especially, so it's good timing, because Keisha mentions, oh, now Monica's giving Sasha baby clothes, and Sasha didn't have a great reaction to it. And so that could potentially lead down to, oh my gosh, the last thing I thought about Monica was really rude. I don't know, any sort of different thing.
Yeah.
Let's see, Carly offered Sasha a job at accommodations at the Metro Court. Sasha
did.
could have taken her up on that.
She could have. And she actually probably could go stay with one of the girls.
Oh, easily. She can even go hang
Let
out
her
with
come
Nina.
Stay with her.
Even yeah, Maxie, Nina even would be like, all right, let me dust off my other guest room.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. No, Sasha doesn't have to stay at the Quartermains. I think she wants to,
Yeah, I think
to
she
a
wants
certain
to.
degree. I think she wants to stay close to her baby's family in a way.
It's weird. It's a weird, complicated situation for Sasha too. Also, maybe one that might help Sasha relate to her mom a little bit more.
And I would love for Emma Sam's, or the worst mother of the year, Holly. Holly's a bad mama. She makes she makes Felicia look good in her bad days.
That's not easy to do.
That's not easy to do. She makes Felicia look good in her bad days. Um, but it's perfect timing though. I want Holly and Robert to run back in town. They know their daughter's pregnant by now.
They had to have
And they
gotten an
know
email.
that she's pregnant by a Quartermain, just so they don't know the right one. But they know she got a
Oh,
Quartermain.
bloody hell, Sasha. I'd leave town for a moment. This what happens to you? Oh, come on, Jason Morgan. Oh,
I said I'd be right back.
I said I'd be right back. Why you gonna just make better choices, please, my darling? Oh, Holly, what do you have to say about this? Oh, Robert, I think it's beautiful. A little grandchild of just ours.
And the baby's not far behind. The baby's due in July. They're not going to run this pregnancy out a full 9 months.
No, they already stuck her in the belly.
Yeah. So they time accelerated that first trimester. a bit.
Okay, so this poor baby was conceived with Sora's. Poor Sasha. Sasha doesn't get a gentle expansion of a child who slowly grows centimeter after centimeter. No, this baby is like
Popped out there.
boom, boom. Oh my gosh, the stretch marks. Rumors are swirling that Monica will be recast. Well, ignore all of those rumors,
I
East
heard the
Coaster.
same thing, you
Never
guys.
in a million years.
Never. I have heard this over and over and over and over that Erica Slezak, Vicky Buchanan, is being eyed to replace Leslie as Monica. Well, we all know that when we have a veteran actor that's been playing a character forever and they pass in real life, the character passes too. Mm-hmm. Give me an example of where that's not true.
Can't even point to Ruth Martin because she was replaced before the actress had passed.
Exactly.
So,
And when John England replaced, and I don't know the guy's name, for Edward, that guy wasn't passed away yet. I don't think.
I don't think so either. East Coaster says the Monica story isn't done. I would accept the right recast. I'm curious to think why the Monica story isn't done in your eyes, East Coaster. Holy schnit, has Monica done everything? I don't know how her story couldn't be finished.
And she hasn't had. There's not a story that's not wrapped up for Monica.
I don't think so. So let us know what you're thinking, East
The
Coaster.
last
I'm very
story
curious.
we will get from Monica is from her will reading, and it's going to be juicy because we're going to find out who gets that house.
Oh, and all of the secrets she's been harboring this whole time.
Yes.
You know, I'm gonna go out the Quartermain way. I'm gonna blow up everybody.
Stuff. There's going to be some fun stuff coming from Monica passing away. But no, because soap operas just don't do that, you guys. Mm-hmm. They just don't. You're never going to see another Aunt Bobby either. Mm-hmm. You're never going to see another Victor on Days of Our Lives.
Oh no.
You're not going to see another Stefano on Days of Our Lives.
No. It's just
You're not going to get another Epiphany on General
Hospital. The also too, when it comes to Leslie Charleston and Monica Quartermain, they are so synonymous with one another. It's not like Leslie came in the late '90s to take over the role of Monica. She's always been Monica. So
Now,
it would be very strange.
And it all boils down to the fact that Leslie has passed away, and she was on that show for decades.
Yeah. So, they're not gonna. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I'm still curious to know what you think is not finished with Monica, though. I'm not trying to be rude about it. I'm really genuinely curious to know what you want to see more out of that character. The actress who played Grams is still with us.
We certainly don't need to see her kissing on Yuri or something. Come on.
No. I'm gonna pop up my internet browser here, and I'm gonna look up Jed Allen, who played Edward Quartermain, apparently. Because apparently maybe he might be the only exception to this rule. I don't know.
Because he
passed away in 2019. Never mind.
No, so he was not passed away when he left the role.
No.
He didn't leave the role because he passed.
No.
So anyway, like I said though, I just can't find an example of when somebody's been playing a character for a long, long, long time and they pass away in real life. They are never recast. The character passes away too.
Just in our experience. Let's see. The actress that played Grams is still alive. That's great. Hello, Joe. Joe Jackson is here. Hi, Joe Jackson. And never another, Mama Cat. They say. I don't know what that's in reference to, but and never another. Can you imagine Carly finds out about Brennan that... Sorry, gotta read this again. It's not Kaiwan, it's George. Can you imagine when Carly finds out about Brennan that Joss and him feel something romantic for each other? I don't see Joss and Jack, no.
No, I don't think so.
No. I think Joss is gonna... She just needs somebody new. I think Josslyn, the Josslyn character, is really great for being able to introduce new characters onto the show.
Well, if you know what? If they let Eva have a son, they bring Eloy on.
Let's do it.
That's a young man for Josslyn to look at, maybe.
Yeah.
Because you know what? She's not going to be with Kai because Trina want to kiss on Kai.
She sure does, and she did, and she has, and she's ready for more.
I actually thought the whole scene, the whole idea of the scene of going and getting to the paint thing, I thought it was lovely.
Yeah.
I thought that Kai's painting was very introspective. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. And I thought, her falling off the ladder, that's kind of cornball. But
it's something that GH loves to do.
Yes. But what I really did love is I love that Trina is the one that initiated the kiss.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, she's taking her fate and her romance into her own hands.
Yes. And she got and she told who was she talking to that she said she kind of shocked her own self. Still, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah. She
Still
kind
is
of
good for
shocked
that.
her own self.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? Move on, Trina. You don't need to be loving on Spencer forever.
No.
You love yourself some Kai next.
Yes. And and Kai's growing on me. I like Kai. I think I'm going to like him better not playing football than playing football.
Yeah, I think they did a great job leaving football behind right away. It's fun because they're doing a lot of good right things when it comes to Trina and Kai. I feel like they're going to be pretty solid for a little while because they're sharing each other's worlds. He convinced her to go to football games. She had a great time. She's convincing him to paint, and he's finding some sort of expression that he hadn't had before. And I think that it's fun to also see Trina doing art rather than being around art, because they haven't really talked about her as an artist, but as a curator. So it's interesting to see that she kind of
said is that she's not very good at it.
Well, but maybe she's better than she thinks.
Well, I thought her son looked pretty good.
So she needs some tutelage by Elizabeth, some guidance by Ava, and maybe Franco's journal. I don't know.
Actually, some tutelage by Elizabeth is kind of cool.
Yeah, it might be interesting, right? She starts just signing things CO77X. What's that a reference to? Oh, nothing. Kai's friend needs to stay in his lane. Ooh, that's gonna be a fun fist fight. That's gonna be a fist fight one day between Kai and what's his name?
I don't remember, but
I think it's 4 letters. I can't remember.
He pops off, doesn't he?
Russ.
I don't remember his name, but he pops off.
I found out that both of those actors had both auditioned for Kai, and Kai won, and the other one didn't. But they liked him, as they do.
Yep.
And said, "What if Kai had a friend?"
Yep, I think Mark does that all the dang time.
I mean, we hear about it constantly, so he must. Now, it's a little bit different than being like, "Hey, here's a whole son for you, Brooklyn," versus like, "Here's Kai's friend." Like that's a little easier to tag on.
How long is it going to be before, and I see this coming quick, how long is it going to be before Chase and Brooklyn decide to look for that kid?
2 weeks.
Exactly.
You know, it's coming.
And
Quinn. Thank you very much, Susan.
Lois, you
Yes.
better not try to mess it up. Lois,
I'm
let
just
them
going to send
find
you
him.
on the wrong path for a little while I try to figure it out. I think we gave your baby up in California. You should go check that out. I heard Sasha's got a sister out there. Go visit her.
Exactly. I don't want Lois to mislead her. Mm-hmm. He's lied to her long enough.
Well, maybe she'll tell the truth because she always wants to. She doesn't want to lie. This is been the big like nobody ever thought that this is the thing because Lois would never be able to keep a secret like this. You know, that's kind of the whole thing, right?
Right.
So she must be bursting out of the scene.
Was never bring that kid home.
Well, you know, decisions were made.
Decisions were made.
Decisions were made.
You know, I kind of like when I look at that kid's face. He's got some believability to be Brooklyn and Dante's kid, but he favors his mama's side. He looks more like her.
Ooh, Chase is gonna sneak off and go find out the truth about Gio.
That could happen.
That's
that
what
could
Krisha
happen.
thinks.
Oh, that would be good. And then Chase will be conflicted of what to say.
It's like, oh God, it's Gio. Lois, did you know about? Well, I mean, can you not tell Brooklyn because she's gonna be real mad? You know. Happy second time. Has Matt ever given you a shout out, Susan English? Hello, Susan English. Are you related to Brooke? How's Adam doing? That could be Chase and Brooklyn's first argument about going behind her back to find out about Gio. They have been on the friendly train. What are you doing? What are you doing? Because Lois is up here, right? But Brooklyn, she still has it. She's still got it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's way less like this.
A little less like that, yeah.
It's not so nasally.
Got a little more alto in her voice, but you know what? The Bensonhurst does come out in Brooklyn too.
Especially when she's talking to her ma.
Yes, and the Bensonhurst comes out in Dante sometimes too. Ooh, Dante's gonna be mad as hell when he finds out about Gio.
Oh yeah, she is.
He's going mad as hell too when he finds out that Sonny's known the whole time.
Which is unconfirmed, but what we think.
That's what we think.
Susan,
you know what we are often though, you guys?
Wrong.
Half the time we're right, and then half the time we're not.
If it's really written on the wall and super obvious, boy, are we right. When it's a sudden surprise that we didn't see coming, boy, are we wrong. So, unfortunately, Susan is not related to Brooke English. It happens. It happens. It happens. It happens. It happens. The question is, asks Monique, the question is, will Dante believe it if he is told that Gio is his son? Probably.
I think he will.
Remember camp? Remember when we did that thing together, Dante? Well, as it turns out, I had your son. Yeah.
Oh, wait till he finds out too. And Cody's like, oh yeah, I knew she was knocked up.
Oh yeah, my bad. I should have said something, huh? Oh well. Well, I guess nobody can have a perfect life, not even you, huh, Mr. Cop? Jesus. God, Cody, what's wrong with you? You used to be a supportive friend. Yeah, well, you know, life sucks and then you die.
That's Cody.
That's Cody.
Maybe Molly will make me feel different in a couple of months.
I don't know. Whatever. She's just some sort of lawyer. She doesn't even have a heart. We were talking about, like, the puppy. We saw a puppy on the side of the road. I tried to scoop it up to take it to the vet, and she was like, it's already gone. It's already gone. Let's just go. She has no heart. None whatsoever. All it is logic, you know? Keisha's been wondering if Sonny knows the truth.
Well, we think he does because he's just been so invested in Gio's life. And he hasn't, like, you know, there's other kids that have their adoptive mama pass away that they've known. He hasn't paid for everybody's education and watched everybody from afar all this time. But he was watching Gio because that kid is what? He's a Corinthos is what he is.
He's really my grandson, and I'm trying
He's
to
a-
recruit him into the business.
Oh, ain't that gonna piss Tracy off?
Because nobody's going to expect the gun in the violin case. Nobody's ever done that before.
No.
That's a lie, Mom. People have done that before.
Tracy's gonna be mad. Well, she'll be happy to have another family member.
Yes.
But she's gonna be damn mad that he's half Corinthos. She already got another nephew that thinks he's a Corinthos, carries the name but isn't. Now she's gonna have one that really isn't.
Disgusting.
What's he gonna be? Quartermain Corinthos? Hyphenated, kind of like Christina has?
I think that he's just going to be a Quartermain.
I think so too.
Or he'll keep it. Or he'll keep the last name.
I think that maybe, and I'm not happy about this because I really like her and she's fun. This may be what gets Lois Huffin back to Bensonhurst to stay. The truth of this.
No, keep her around. Rena Sofer's great.
I like her a lot. I like her a lot too.
Don't write her off now that she's got a story.
Exactly. And it was so comedic 2 weeks ago when she went to the nail salon and didn't get her nails done.
No, of course. I did them myself. No, nobody's going to get these done for me. Tyrone says, Chandra says, Sonny has a history of taking care of the kids. Remember, he paid for TJ's education too, but Sean also had worked for Sonny, so there was a reason to.
Yep.
Tyrone says, speaking of TJ, where is he? Tyrone, boy, do I have news for you. When we're done here, go back about 45 minutes and we'll talk about it. It's as if you would have been there. All right. That's it. We got to rest our voices because we're going to be back in less than an hour now.
Yeah.
We went 6 minutes longer than I intended. That's okay. We're signing off. Get back into the elevator, folks, because we're going to be back at 1:30 p.m. today, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time today. Not just Matt and Kat. We're going to have a couple of people with us. We're going to have Fido Xavier, who's a director of daytime television, has been for many years, worked on a million episodes of General Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
He's worked.
And he's been a director on other things as well.
He's directed a little bit of Days of Our Lives. He directed some Passions. He's been in the game for a long time, directing and working with the actors and being a part of the process.
And did he work for One Life too?
I think he's done at least one episode of all of them.
Yeah.
He's done the most General Hospital, and he also worked on The Gates as well, too. So we're going to hang out with Fido and just talk about soaps and the experience of being a director in daytime and talk about the historical week that it is over the debut of The Gates.
And then Julie will be joining us.
And
Julie Dove will be joining us.
Yeah, Julie Dove is also going to be with us. So we'll have two guests at the same time. Fido Xavier, director, and Julie Dove, daytime TV actress, who was on a really lengthy arc of Days of Our Lives this year. And has been a lifelong soap fan and just is happy to join us to just talk about soap operas, to talk about the debut of this brand new soap opera, and to also let us know what she's up to, because she was on Georgie and Mandy's first marriage and all sorts of stuff. You know, the doors are opening for Julie Dove, and we love it here. So
we love it.
If you can, join us live. We're going to be here 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. You can join us in the chat, and we're going to have a great time just chit-chatting about soap operas.
And we'll try. Well, I won't try because I don't look at the chat because my brain don't work that hard. But Matthew will try to keep up with the chat to some degree. If you have a question for one of them, we'll try.
Yeah, we'll try to work it in there for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
But if we're flipping like this, kind of hard, right?
Yeah, we'll manage. It'll be fine. But ultimately, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it all. Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, and I am guaranteeing you that we will definitely talk about this first week of The Gates because it is history in the making, and we are living it. So join us. Hit the like button before you leave, says Chandra. You're totally right. So do that for us. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't and had a great time. Like the video if you like Sasha, and if you like Robert, and if you like my voices, and if you don't like my voices, like the video anyway. Leave a comment if you're not watching live. Leave a comment if you come back to rewatch it. Leave a comment just because you like us.
Leave a comment.
You can also make a... oh, great. Chandra should be able to help us moderate the chat later on. And Cheryl, you've been here the whole time? Hi, Cheryl.
Hey.
Other moderator Cheryl, thank you so much for joining us. And tickle the notification bell as well. That way you get notified like I do on my phone every time we go live. And that's a confirmation that we are broadcasting. And then you can just click it and boom, you're there. You're watching this live. Anyway, subscribe to the channel if you didn't like the video. Leave a comment. You can donate to the channel if you want to with the super chat and the super thanks function. Just find the little dollar bill with the heart and just look for the dollar sign and click it and you can send some money. And it helped us upgrade thing. You can actually see the photos behind me now because of the donations that you made before. So keep them coming.
Yeah, actually, Matthew and I both have new systems.
So thank you.
Thank you.
So, get on out of the elevator, folks. So going back down to the first floor, go into the parking garage so you can go to our amphitheater that we have all set up for our totally happening and far out way soap party. At 1:30. Sidwell is busy doing stuff with his exes and his currents, so don't worry about him. Tune your radios to previous episodes of The 10th Floor, which you can find on all of your favorite podcasting platforms. If you can't find it on your favorite podcasting platform, you can reach out to me on Twitter at 10th Floor GH, and I will send you in the right direction. While you're there, give us a follow and join this soap conversation all week long. And that's it. I've been Matt.
I think, yeah.
And go spend some time with your families until 1:30, and we'll see